Excellent. Oh, testing sound is good? All right, Mr. Efren, you are so awesome.
Testing, 1, 2.
I have tweeted to the Twatter book.
You've twatted everywhere.
Well, when I get really excited, really excited, my twatter twits everywhere.
Your twat goes off everywhere.
My twatter just goes
twats.
all over the place.
Yeah.
It's quite messy.
Is it?
It's like when you talk to a fangirl at a big convention
Yeah.
about something terribly exciting.
I don't want to twat all over people I don't know.
And then the girls just go, squee! Richard Armitage, squee! Dino Gorman, squee! Aiden Turner.
You guys are live now.
We're live.
I know.
Oh, we are
That's
live.
why we're totally. I
we're-
know we're live. Absolutely. Since we're talking about
Twatting, tweeting
tweeting and twatting with your twits and your twatter book, since we're talking about all that, I mean, no one's going to see any of this right now.
No.
Anyways,
No.
because we have to tell all of our fans.
what's going on and updating them on
Yes.
our new time
So,
and YouTube
Lordy
location.
B, I'm going to spill orange juice all over the place if I'm not careful. So, I'm sending the word out to all of our friendly folks.
Good.
Right now. And I hope that hello Nicole. I hope Nicole, our good friend, who plays lots of excellent dragon dice with us.
And excellent costumes.
One of the
best
costumers
costumes
in
I've ever
town,
seen.
hands down. But I think that Miss Nicole is going to spread the word onto
Thank you,
the
Nicole.
message boards. Tell everyone on the message boards what's happening. Okay. Hey, dinner. Oh, it looks like I'm just reading tweets from RuPaul. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
About the
that's
Hobbit?
pretty cool. About the Hobbit. I would like to find out if RuPaul
Is a ringer.
A ringer fan. That would be really fantastic.
That would be really cool.
Because I would love to talk to RuPaul about getting into elf drag and stuff like that.
Elf drag. Oh my gosh.
Something that you know something about, my friend.
I do.
Okay.
Big sigh.
Oh, yes.
So
Oh,
here we
my
are
goodness.
in Meltdown Comics' new Bat Cave.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is.
It's really cool. What'd you find?
I found people are finally getting my tweet in the Twatterverse. The Twitterverse has been informed, and I hope that Nicole has told everybody, thank you for joining us live on Torn Tuesday.
Torn Tuesday.
And so we're live on Meltdown Comics YouTube
Here we are.
channel. Yes.
Excellent. In the
Okay.
new Meltdown Bat Cave, a.k.a. Gollum's Cave.
Thank you for spreading the word
Yeah.
and not malaria. Thank you for
Or other
spreading the
things you
word.
could probably
to-
spread that
I'm telling
we don't
her-
want them to spread.
I'm telling her right now to tell everyone in the message boards.
Oh, good. Good.
To the online folks waiting. To all of you folks waiting, I'm sorry that
wondering
you're
and waiting.
I'm really sorry, but that's okay.
And thank you for the people who are watching right now who are humoring us by sticking around.
Okay, you guys are very, very, very surprised to see that Justin has overnight changed his complete appearance. Just these special shoes that you put on, Justin, and look at what happened to you.
And look at what happened. Here I am. I think it's an upgrade to be personally.
Well, now that we've got the show started and we're definitely live, and I hope that some of our usual pragmatic viewers have taken the extra step to open up another browser tab or a separate browser window, you will be able to see the video streaming live at the Meltdown Comics YouTube page. The YouTube channel dedicated to Meltdown Comics. Nicole, she's on it. Thank you. Very good. So I want to say welcome to my special friend and companion and partner in crime, my partner in mischief.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Matt Musgrove.
Hello, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you so much for having me on. This is
it's a pleasure
very
to have
exciting.
you on the show. My name is Cliff, also known as Quickbeam.
Quickbeam.
Clifford Broadway on the OneRing.net. This is Matt Musgrove, and a very, very talented ringer fan, and somebody who you guys, you guys almost stole the show at the Oscar party.
Yeah, we tried to, but you were taking up most of the time in the stage. But you know, I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
Clifford was
Thank you.
the master of ceremonies on
Thank
the
you.
Oscar night. on stage. His many different costume changes.
Aren't you glad my last name isn't Bates?
Clifford
The Bates Motel.
Yes.
Because
No, no,
I am
no.
the master of ceremonies.
Yes.
There's another bad joke hidden in there for you guys. Anyway, Matt, I made him laugh. What's
it
funny is that Matt and his good friend Chris joined me on stage during the
Hi,
Oscar
Chris.
party, and it was really fantastic, an amazing night. And
What a great night.
we may or may not have a picture. Efren, is it possible that we have a background picture?
Oh, no, I don't think.
What is it?
It was the very last one that I sent you. The very last email.
Oh, no.
With a picture of him
Is it
in
the
his elf
Hobbit and
costume.
the
Can we
the
show that to the
elven-
fans? Can we maybe drop in that
There
picture?
it is.
There it is.
Oh, there it
Are they
is.
seeing it now?
They're seeing it now.
All right, you guys.
That's how I really look. I walk in public like that, and just tell people, and I just ride on my moose out
your
on the
war
street.
moose.
My war moose.
I don't think Celeborn ever had a war moose, but he's in his Celeborn outfit. Chris Carwithen, Chris, wonderful, talented thespian, very super talented singer, actor, and performer, who joined you and joined me
On stage.
So here we
To have a fun little Radagast joke.
Oh,
it was
we
great.
had a great. We built out that joke. We built out that joke. It took a few minutes to get there, but we got there.
But we got there.
It was very funny. So
Yeah.
I have to say hello, Justin. He is far away, traveling across the country, taking care of important business.
Break legs, my friend.
Yes, he's got important business away south. So Justin is like the Gandalf character who leaves the adventure and leaves the
And
main
we'll
narrative.
be back.
And he goes and disappears and does something that we don't see
Yeah.
off stage. Then he'll come back soon. In the meantime,
As Gandalf the White.
maybe as Justin
Justin the White.
Justin the Jar Jar lover.
Jar Jar.
He's a Jar Jar lover.
Is he really?
No, I'm joking. I just make fun of him.
Okay, good.
No, but he's constantly fuming about what Lucas and Jackson are doing, which is so analogous to each other.
Yeah.
And that amounts to zip. There's hardly anything that Peter Jackson is doing that could even remotely be analogous to what Lucas has ever done.
Right. Which reminds me,
At all.
I heard they're selling Lord of the Rings to Disney. It's a good thing, right? I heard it yesterday, April 1st.
Efren, did you hear the news?
Did you hear it?
I heard the news.
Yesterday on
Yeah.
April 1st.
The news?
It's exciting.
Yesterday on April 1st, we posted a story.
And Lucas is taking over the entire Lord of the Rings franchise.
Not Lucas, Disney.
Well, but Lucas is coming back and is.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's frightening. Do you know what?
Yeah.
It was one of the best April Fool's jokes. We got some very angry responses. We got
sure you
we got a
did.
lot of laughs from a lot of people who said,
Yeah.
oh gosh, this is so transparent. I can see this joke a mile away. There were other people who were completely fooled, and they were so angry, they wrote to us saying, "Are you a Satan worshiper?
Yeah.
Disney taking over Tolkien properties and the film marketplace? A new animated Lord of the Rings coming out in 2016? Well,
It was a lot of fun. I was fooled in the beginning, and then I looked down at the comments, and I was like, oh, right.
you were not fooled.
No, I wasn't.
You were not. Of course you
No,
weren't.
I wasn't.
We have a history at theonering.net of doing really, really good and very well-calibrated April Fool's pranks.
It did make my heart jump. I was
For a second?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Couldn't you tell from that badly photoshopped picture of
Yeah.
Professor Tolkien sitting there in the room signing that contract? Do you know what? Professor Tolkien died in 1973. There's no way we'd have a picture of him living right now signing a contract with Disney. You guys, the ones who fell for
great.
it, there was one lady who wrote an angry email to us at theonering.net.
Really?
And this lady said in her email, "For shame, shame on you." Oh, and she went on and on and on about how awful we were.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, the definition of April Fool's Day is you, the fool. You got fooled. It's not our fault that
Yeah.
you don't have a sense of
Oh,
humor.
you gotta have a sense of humor.
No
Come
one,
on.
no one
You
could
can't really
it.
take that seriously.
They took it so seriously.
Oh, no.
I've been coming to the OneRing.net for years,
No.
but no more. How dare you
Oh.
raise the evil specter of la 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 la.
I'm sorry, we joke, we have fun. It's
I
not
thought
what
it
we
was in
do.
very good taste,
I thought it was
actually.
in wonderful taste.
Thanks. Can y'all see?
this is
I'm
cool.
sending a text to Miss Nicole saying, "Can y'all see?" I hope y'all can see. That's what they
this.
say down in Texas. Can y'all see? Now, quickly, my friend, it's 5:45, and we did start our show a little bit late, but we're going to get through some of the most interesting news. Look at what we've got here. This is the DVD Blu-ray combo pack of The Hobbit. Efren, do you happen to have the screen of the Hollywood Reporter headline that we can show? You got it?
You got it?
All right. Do you guys see that?
God,
That
this looks
says
so
that.
great.
That I hope you guys understand that in the video marketplace, in the home video marketplace, a lot has been said about dwindling sales and very poor sales of DVDs.
Yeah.
However, The Hobbit stormed across the Nielsen charts and outsold Zero Dark 30 and Les Mis by nearly 1 to 3, or I should say 3 to 1. 3 to 1, right?
Hobbit is top DVD, and Argo is #1 rental.
Argo was the #1 rental, yes.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But yes, it did. It was really, really exciting.
Oh my
that
goodness.
that this took the cake.
The Hobbit on DVD, and there's, you know, Efren, I don't know if that's still up there, but
There he is on the back.
On that page, you will see the details of how handily The Hobbit and its massive surprise DVD sales stormed the competition. So all those stories about, you know, home video being completely defunct, well, it may be on its way out, but it's not completely dead. It's not completely extinct because, well, look at the proof is in the numbers.
I'm going on an adventure.
I'm going on an adventure. So my friend here, Matt Musgrove, has joined me. Sometimes we call him Lord Westbury.
Lord Westbury.
He's playing a certain role as a character
I am
named Lord Westbury.
1888. I
Back
have
in
a big
1888,
mustache.
and he used to talk like this with all of his friends.
the entire time.
And
It's quite fun. Very Downton Abbey.
I've heard you talk to the cat in this exact same voice
It's so furry.
because the cat somehow seems to respond to this continental accent. I don't know
In fact,
why.
I think cats do have, if they could speak, only speak in an English accent.
Would every cat on Earth have a cool David Niven kind of, you know, like I could picture my cat in a smoking jacket and a little, you know,
Yes.
pipe, acting like David Niven with that, "Hello, master, Broadway. It seems you've come home just in time to feed me my victuals.
Do take care of my poopa,
And
my
feed me
food.
my victuals
Of course.
first before you scoop my poop."
And there it is.
Oh my goodness, we
went there.
We just went there.
we definitely
Anyway,
went there. So I want to talk to you about the sneak peek, because I haven't got to talk to you about that yet.
oh, you know what? The sneak peek is.
And you took it frame by frame and paused it. Oh, you okay?
Oh,
you
well,
got
I
to tell
mean,
us your exciting weekend that you just had.
I mean, we're going to get to the sneak peek is available to you guys who had, you know, bought the DVD, and oh yeah, Hobbit dominates Blu-ray DVD charts. I like it when the reporters
Dominate.
when reporters and journalists use catch verbs like dominate.
I
or
would use desolate, but that's
womp
womp. That's just me.
But no, we did talk about the sneak peek all weekend at one. Can I talk
one?
and belch at the same time?
Nope.
No.
Doesn't
At
work.
WonderCon.
WonderCon. So tell us about this WonderCon.
I'm telling you, WonderCon was amazing. It is a wonderful.
It's a wonderful con.
It's a wonderful WonderCon. No, but it's a great experience for those people who can't get into San Diego Comic-Con because the tickets are oversold, overpriced, or they're just badly managing ticket sales. If you want to go to a miniature version of San Diego Comic-Con, what you do is go to WonderCon. Hello.
Orange juice down. We got orange juice down over here.
So the WonderCon happens in Anaheim. It used to be up in San Francisco Bay, San Francisco, absolutely. And the funny thing is, they had to close down that venue up in San Francisco and rebuild it. They were going to refurbish it to make it a bigger, better, more conducive place. So Anaheim became the next option. WonderCon moved all the way down to Anaheim. And the facility was very welcoming. It was great to have them there.
But not too big of a turnout, though.
Last year, it wasn't that big of a turnout. It seemed very small and very strange.
But you said...
Guess what? This year, the people in attendance, including that Chris Gore from IFC and Film Threat, and a good buddy of mine who you've seen in my documentary, Ringer's Lord of the Fans. Oh, yeah. I talked to Chris Gore, and he said attendance at WonderCon is up 63% this year.
Whoa!
And our good friends Badali Jewelry, hello, hi Janelle and everybody at Badali Jewelry. We bumped into Badali Jewelry and they said last year at WonderCon, we barely made our costs. This year, stormed through the
Awesome.
sales of the whole weekend.
you thi-
Our attendance was nuts.
Yeah. Do you think it's because people who go to Comic-Con said, well, look at this thing.
Yes.
This is starting to blossom as well.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. You've got it. That's exactly what it is. The fact is that the fans want very badly to have this Comic-Con sci-fi fantasy experience, but ding ding.
More of an intimate setting, perhaps?
People are stoked about the Blu-ray sales win. All right. Thanks,
Woohoo.
Nicole.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Nicole. She's telling me that we've got our video feedback. Hello, Rasputin the Evil Balrog, and thank you for keeping track of monitoring the chat room, Nicole. Nicole, you can text me right away any interesting questions or comments that come in, because I don't have a monitor and I can't see the chat room right now. But I will say that WonderCon attendance being increased is really, really nice, because this was our second year as the OneRing.net was welcomed by the organization. We did a big presentation on Sunday, first panel of the day, 12 noon, 700 plus people.
That's awesome.
Jammed into the room. We couldn't fit anybody else in the room. There were people waiting out in the hallway, waiting to get in.
Camping out. Tents.
Huge. It was huge. I'm like, this isn't a Twilight cast, chat.
Right.
This is just Clifford
This is just
and Kathy
sneak
and
peek.
Josh. This is just the Torn people doing what Torn
That's
people do.
wonderful.
What
That's
did we
so
do?
cool.
We brought the sneak peek from Desolation of Smaug, the one that I talked about for
Yeah.
55 minutes last week on Torn Tuesday. And because we were not
Dissected it?
we're not allowed to show any real video clips. Warner Brothers would have sent an army of angry lawyers at us. We did get permission to do stills.
abusive.
Just photo stills. So we did these great screen caps and showed people, here comes Radagast visiting with Gandalf. And we realized that Gandalf, after leaving Rivendell, does not immediately follow the dwarves towards the Misty Mountains. Bilbo and the dwarves go on ahead of Gandalf, maybe several days travel ahead of Gandalf. And we realized if Gandalf has left Rivendell and gone up to the old realm of Angmar,
Right.
where Galadriel says in the film that the ancient men of the north had captured the Witch King and his servants and imprisoned them in the high fells of Rhudaur, which is what she says in the White Council scene. Well, then we figured that there's a flashback sequence that we're going to see in Hobbit movie Part 2, where
That ties in.
Yes, where Gandalf says, this is what Radagast and I found. And so there's going to be a flashback sequence where we see Radagast is also on the western side of the Misty Mountains. Gandalf hadn't left that area yet.
Which is so cool.
He went right north from Rivendell because it's the closest geography to the place. Kathy helped us figure this out. It was a great thing to figure out. And
That's so cool. That's why I'm sorry if there's people out there who don't like splitting it up into 3 movies, but I love seeing all these things that happen behind the scenes that we didn't really see in the book. Just like how with Bard, Bard the Bowman, how we're going to actually see his character developed in the story. Is he going to be like a Legolas character? Is he going to be more like an Aragorn character? He's going to be a thief. That's what it said in the sneak peek. Is he's going to be kind of a
in trouble.
and kind of a Robin Hood.
He might be a Robin Hood type. Well, he does seem a bit roguish. We introduced the audience to all of these things in the sneak peek, and then we stopped and said, wait a minute, how many people in this audience have actually watched the whole preview?
The whole sneak peek, yeah.
We only had 5 people raise their hands out of 700 people. And this was an audience of hardcore nerddom.
Right.
This was real nerddom. The best geeks in Southern California.
That's so fascinating.
And they were attending WonderCon. Why? Because they're doing geek things that geeks do on Easter Sunday. You go to WonderCon. But you know what? I was really shocked that so few of them in the room had seen the sneak peek.
Yeah, that is surprising, especially since the DVD hit the top of the charts. You think everybody would have a copy.
we showed the clips, not the clips, we showed the stills, and we showed the stills of Evangeline Lilly as Tauriel, and a lot of Lee Pace showing up as Thranduil, the Elven King. Of course, Leggy appeared. We got some Orlando Bloom pictures. There was an Orlando Bloom and a Luke Evans picture where we showed Bard and Legolas together. It was something that was reproduced from Entertainment Weekly, I think. And all the girls in the room just went, squee, squee.
Well,
Well, anyways,
He is kind of the new Legolas. Well,
Yeah.
Orlando. Well, they're going to be together on the screen. It's going to be
well, there was a lot of squee going on in that room.
the two major bowmen.
I was
together.
really shocked and surprised that the sneak peek did not give us any Bjorn. We didn't get to see Bjorn.
Oh yeah.
And Justin emailed me a couple of days ago and said, "Why is nobody talking about the Carrock? That's the Carrock that they land on at the very end of an unexpected journey." So I told Justin in the email, I suppose the Carrock will be mentioned and will have greater context as soon as Bjorn shows up.
The only thing I've seen with Bjorn is his house.
Yeah.
I think I saw Martin Freeman sitting down on Bjorn's throne, or his big wooden throne, and he's tiny compared to it, and the table. And have you seen those pictures yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Bjorn house. We saw one shot in the sneak peek of the dwarves running inside these big doors in this big house. Whose house is that? That's
Bjorn.
Well, I still wanted to see Mikkel Persbrandt in his costume.
Yeah.
We wanted to see what he looks like, but we got treated to the master of Lake Town, Stephen Fry, and
He's gonna be great.
and his wicked-looking servant, who looks very similar to
Wormtongue.
Grima, Wormtongue. And we got to see Bard and Evangeline Lilly, who looks amazing as Tauriel. And in front of the WonderCon audience, I cracked a big joke about her, being Canadian, and everyone laughed. It was really funny. I don't know why. I didn't.
Canadian jokes are always.
Blame Canada.
There it is.
With the beady little eyes, fill their heads so full of lies. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. They're not even a real country anyway.
There goes all of our Canada fans.
I just had a South Park moment, but hey,
Great.
remember Robin Williams singing that song?
At the Oscars. Yeah, that's great.
Oh my God, he was funny. I love Robin Williams. Robin Williams doing South Park is like the most brilliant match made
Two
in
worlds
heaven.
combined.
It was like
ultimate.
It was like peanut butter and chocolate. It just tasted great. It tasted so good that time. But anyway, I digress. I totally digress.
Evangeline Lilly, I wanted to say, was
tell you.
adorable, and she's so incredible. And her question, at the end of her interview, she was like, "I'm competing against a bird." I think is what she said.
Yeah, and there was a bird on her porch squawking and talking over her. Yeah. So. I tell you what, I was going to ask Efren to show a couple of pictures from WonderCon real quick.
That's okay. He'll be back.
He's not at the control room.
But
Feed the meter, I'll be right back.
Feed the meter. Tolkien Girl has just sent us a question.
Okay.
A question saying...
Put this up.
Put this up. Tolkien Girl has asked a question of, what did you think of the Never Venture East scene? And there was a scene that Peter and the editors showed us on the preview, where we got to see Martin Freeman doing take after take after take with different variations of his line reading.
Yes, that was awesome.
And I want to ask you, now you're an actor, you're a professional film actor, and you have to tell me what it's like when you do take after take after take, and you keep trying to give the director something new.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. I think that gives more liberty to the actor to say, to try different things out. There's no pressure, Peter Jackson's there supporting you and saying, hey, try this one. Oh, it'd be funny. They're collaborating. They're working with each other instead of just like, I want you to say this line, stick to the script, and we're gonna move on. It's an actor's dream to be in that position with Peter Jackson. I really think that Martin Freeman and how on top of it and how clever is Martin with each line saying like, okay, let's try this one, and then that way it's easier for the editors and easier for Peter to go through all that footage and go, oh, this was a great line, and pick out the certain ones to go, okay, this one's going to look great and this one's going to look great, and then they just kind of, he talks to everyone, let's try this one, this joke's hilarious, or this one he nailed it, and that's what makes it so easy for the production.
It's
absolutely.
Wonderful. So when the director says, let's do another one. Let's
more organic.
Let's do another one.
Yeah. They just want a bunch of options.
When I do voiceover work, it is the same procedure. It's the same thing.
Absolutely.
I'm sitting down in the booth, and the director says, give me another read, try it up a little bit, bring it down a little bit, give it a little more growl, or whatever the director says, and you do it over and over and over again. And if you do it enough times, it's called carpet bombing. When you have to do take after take after take.
Absolutely.
It's called carpet bombing, and that is usually something reserved for the sound booth more than for live. But when you're on a live set, and you've got all these technicians around you. You've got
Right.
all the crew working very hard to get the green screen and the lights and the wind machines adjusted.
And yeah.
And the costumes are ready. The people in the makeup department have put on all, and then every little touch,
Yeah.
every little minuscule detail is ready to go.
You have to be
Then you have to be
on your game.
You got to be on.
You have to be absolutely
There's too much money-
professional.
too much money
Every second is
Yeah.
money, and your makeup and just everything, like you said, the wind and everything. You have to be on your game.
Yes.
But how comfortable is that Peter Jackson said, I want you to get this perfect. I want you to take your time, and that's one of the things I love about Martin Freeman is that he takes his time with his lines. He's so in his character. When he's talking to the dwarves, saying I want to help you. He doesn't rush through it. He knows what he's going to say, and he's very personable, and I think that's how we relate to him.
I dig
and
that.
to his character.
I totally,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome. Tolkien girl, I'm glad you're Canadian, and I love
I'm glad you're Canadian too.
And I love all Canadians. And the joke that I made about Evangeline Lilly during WonderCon was the fact that she was so nice to me. I mean, not knowing me, and she met me
right.
on the set.
Yeah.
Because I was down in Wellington visiting the set. I was on the soundstage, and Evangeline Lilly, saw me sitting about 12 or 15 feet away with my green badge on that indicated I was a visitor. All visitors on the soundstage had, that green
visitor
badge they
badge.
had to wear. So she knew right away.
She just kind of hopped over to you?
She hopped over to me and she embraced my hand with both of her hands. She took my hand in her hands and she said, "Welcome."
Can I just hold your hand?
You
for a
better,
moment?
because I've never washed it since then.
Evangeline,
She
right here.
said,
I've
as
missed
she walked
Lily.
up to me, and she immediately said, "Oh, where are you visiting from? Are you having a good time? Are you enjoying the visit? How are you enjoying it? It's lovely to meet you." And I said to the crowd at WonderCon, "Oh my God, she really is Canadian." Because she
She's
was
so damn nice.
so damn nice, so wonderful, as all Canadians are. And there's no finer city than Toronto. Ah, how I love
Toronto.
me some Toronto. Anyway,
Here, let's check out another one. This is Nguyen Dong. He made this. This is a dragon rider. I think this is pretty cool.
we found some beautiful.
We found this in the back.
We found some paintings and artwork that are dragon themed
Look at this floating island.
here at Meltdown Comics, and there's a floating dragon island with a unique shape.
Very cool.
This is super cool. So Efren, do we have any pictures of WonderCon?
Yeah, which ones do you want to show?
Yeah, well, we could start maybe with the outside of the building, real quick.
The very first one I had is Game of Thrones.
Dun, dun, dun,
Well, we'll
dun,
get to that
dun,
last.
dun, dun, dun.
We'll get to that last. That's not a
Premiere.
real WonderCon picture, but we have a picture of people outside WonderCon, and then you guys can see that.
Welcome to WonderCon.
Yep.
WonderCon.
Welcome to WonderCon. Oh, and that. Oh, okay. Well, that was me on the escalator, and you see people walking on the carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's inside. We won't have to show the other picture of the outside of the building. We'll skip that. After this picture, you can see it doesn't look like it's very crowded. There's a few people walking through the hallway. But now, Efren, if you could show the picture of our sold-out crowd that attended our panel. We have a great picture of our panel. Do you see the audience there? There it is. Hey, guys, that's what it looks like when you're trying to get into a presentation at San Diego Comic-Con or New York or anywhere. Even if we're at Dragon Con in Atlanta, our rooms are always filled to
That's
that
great.
capacity, as you can see.
Now, was it sold out, or could people have bought tickets to
No,
go
there were
to
still
it?
there were still badges
tickets.
available.
Great,
And
great.
A lot of people are trying to forego the San Diego experience because they cannot get badges. They've changed the badge purchasing system. It's all crazy. So you can get into WonderCon a lot easier.
Right.
And we'll definitely be there next year. And WonderCon is very special because it opens up the very beginning of the whole convention season. And we've got a few other big shows to do this year, including New York Comic Con, Chicago, Dragon Con in Atlanta, and of course San Diego in July. It's going to be big and
I'm
crazy.
sold. I'm going to WonderCon
Yes.
next year.
Let me
It's
tell you
done.
what, my friend, since it's 2 minutes after 6, one question has come from the fans in the chat room saying, when Martin Freeman says, "Never venture east," and they're wondering, what is the point?
There's another picture.
What is
Never venture east.
Here's the specific context. The fans are saying in the chat room, since hobbits never venture anywhere, anyways, why would there be a saying that Hobbit children learn from birth, never venture east? And I think I have a possible answer to that. Yes, they are homebodies, as Tolkien has always told us. They don't like to venture far from the comforts of their own familiar homes and their surroundings. But, as you know, when you read about the city of Bree, the town of Bree and Archet, the town that's right to the east of the Brandywine River, the Prancing Pony has hobbit-sized beds, and there are accommodations for little folk. And there are some hobbits living in Bree. So it is actually normal, I think, for hobbits
to go east.
If they're going to venture anywhere, they might go just a little bit east to Bree, but not much further than that. But I
it's a
understand
warning, probably a warning to the children
Yeah.
to keep them, to say this
Yeah,
is where,
yeah.
Well, I mean, they
Especially in
have to
some
be
families.
cautious. I mean, they're halflings, they're tiny in this huge world.
Yeah,
They're the
I bet.
tiniest. So I think maybe it's a warning, just stay here. I mean, but when you get older, then you can maybe venture off. But I mean, it's just like what Bilbo said, you know.
I mean, some of the hobbits in the Shire treat, Buckland hobbits as different. They're still within the Shire, but they're east of the river. You know what I mean? And they have a different attitude, a different social, and class structure attitude. And maybe the Baggins family or the Took side of Bilbo's family were the ones.
They're the
teaching-
wild one. Oh, well, okay.
Makes
But
you
yeah.
wonder. You never know. You never know where Bilbo learned this. But
Yeah.
if he has dialogue that says "never venture east," it must be because there's some precedent for hobbits going to Bree or to Buckland.
Yeah.
But anyways,
No, that's a great question.
here's another question from Stonehex is asking how you think Bjorn will be introduced.
Ooh, I mean, I have
I
an
don't
epic
know.
way in my mind of how I want him to be introduced, but are we going to give away the bear yet, or do you think we're just
Give away
going-
the. It's just the book has been around for 75 years.
No. I know. I mean,
giving away the bear.
it's
Oh, you
not,
mean
not
not
right now.
us.
But I'm saying in the movie, do we wait to see his bear form, or do you think he's going to show up as the bear?
In the movie, we will probably meet Bjorn, hopefully, in the way that Tolkien describes. Gandalf is going to split all the dwarves into 2 at a time and have them carefully and quietly
go into the house.
come in and reintroduce
Absolutely.
themselves.
I think it's
and there will
gonna
be
be-
1 at a time and so it might be like a good joke if
Let's
they
say-
play it right. I
Right,
don't know.
right. Well, I think I love that scene.
Me
You
too.
know, it's
Me too.
very fun. How they it's kind of like how they introduced all the dwarves in Bilbo's house.
Yeah.
How he's all flustered and comes around, but I mean, and it's easing all these dwarves into another person's
Easing them
house.
in. Yes, that's funny.
That is funny.
So,
What do you think about? Sorry, do you have another question?
no.
or,
I was just going to. I was pulling up the.
So
world
we
of Happy
kind of
Twitter.
talked about this a little bit, but what do you think about the talking animals? So we know that orcs can talk, and we know that they're not really animals, but the wargs can't talk, the eagles don't talk,
The eagles haven't spoken
No.
in any Lord of the Rings or Hobbit film.
the spiders aren't going to.
The spiders don't seem to be in any position of talking because, well, we've had no casting announcements that any voice actors were going to play any spider
But
voices.
you made up a good point about the trolls, though, about how we knew that the voice actors for the trolls were going to be there, so we knew that they were going to. Well, they have to talk anyways because in
quite
the
early.
book. Yeah.
Quite early on in the casting announcements, we found out who the actors were who were going to do Bill, Bert, and Tom. And then we were wondering, is there going to be a talking purse?
Oh,
The troll has this talking purse that says, hello.
Hello.
It says, yeah, who are you? Right? Yeah, who are you? But,
Yep.
since there was no casting announcement of anybody being cast as the talking troll purse, I'm telling you now, unfortunately, there will be no dialogue with the spiders, and that leads to the next question. Will Thorin and company meet Roak or any of the talking ravens?
that's right.
And there's a lot of reference in the first Hobbit film about the ravens returning back to Erebor.
Yeah.
And
Because they're the ones who tell them that the troops are coming.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm wondering about whether the Roak
they're
are
gonna
any
have-
talking ravens.
yeah,
And
'cause-
how is the only thing that I can imagine is the same way that Gandalf talks to the moth in the movie. That may
he
be
whispers to the raven.
It may
yeah.
be the way that that Thorin might talk to Roak, where it's just silent.
And then he
audience
relays the
never-
information.
Yeah, and he relays it later.
Yeah.
And later on, when the thrush delivers that critical message
Right.
to Bard, How will Bard understand him? Well, is there's just going to be the audience, in a matter of faith, they're just going to have to take that leap of faith that Bard understands bird speak.
But
I guess it's just going to have to be that way.
now with Smaug though, his mouth is definitely going to move.
Yeah, well, Smaug will be talking and talking and talking a lot, and I wonder
like
see
Dragonheart.
what the animators are going to do to make the mouth parts move.
The mouth.
Now, here's another good question. Tedoras, hello Tedoras,
Hello.
is asking if we think that Bjorn's animals will talk. I don't think that they're going to go anywhere near that.
Near talking animals, I think that they're going to be pretty strict about it.
I wish the spiders did have complete
Some
conversation
kind of,
because Bilbo torments them with like cruel jokes and songs and laughing at their expense, and he does it to make them crazy and blind with anger so that they get sloppy.
Can escape.
They get sloppy.
Exactly.
Because we have an opportunity there to show that Bilbo is much smarter than anybody thinks he is.
Yeah.
So
I was talking to my friend Chris, it's like, well, maybe they could have kind of a telekinetic, hissy, spidery whisper to them, but, I don't know if that's breaking their rules since the other animals don't necessarily talk.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we have some really wonderful dragon artwork here.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Look at all the fallen knights.
Yeah, this is a water drake. It's green. If you were playing Dragon Dice with me and Matt, you know that the green dragons are from the element of water. So this is a green dragon. There's rain everywhere. They're on a craggy coastland.
Yeah.
This is where we would be.
Yeah.
On a coastland with a green dragon.
Absolutely.
With a bunch of dead guys lying there. That's exactly where we would be with Dragon Dice at this point in the game. But that is kind of fabulous.
Do you guys know where all this stuff is going to be displayed?
No, we do
I don't
not
know. There's some really cool paintings back there,
Beautiful dragon paintings here at Meltdown Comics.
Satine has this thing called Fantasy Friday, or Friday Fantasy.
I
Friday
love
Fantasy.
Satine. She hosts a drawing group.
Yeah, but she's going to be having a Legends of Fantasy theme art show this Friday.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really? Oh, so these are some of the participants who are taking part in this upcoming art show.
Is that that wasn't the labyrinth thing we were talking about?
No, that's a
it's
costume
different.
show.
Oh, costume show. That's right.
Jay Johnstone,
Yes.
Lord of the Ring artist.
Yeah.
He left a bunch of his stuff, and he's going to be displayed too.
Oh my God, I know Jay Johnstone. He worked on Lord of the Rings, of course.
Well, we'll have to come.
Efren is giving us the background information. That is fantastic.
Great.
You know what? We're about to close the show.
Oh.
We are about to close the show in just a few minutes. But I want to remind you guys, and thank you, Matt, for bringing
Thank you. This has been so much fun.
Here, let's
I'll put this
take this
right
off
over
stage, and let's show this. Have you guys seen this lately? We have a lot of Benedict Cumberbatch coming up this year.
Look
Here,
who's in front.
cover of Entertainment Weekly with
Mr. Cumberbatch.
Captain.
Miss Steele, Captain Kilk.
I was gonna say Picard, but I knew that was wrong. With Captain Kirk, the new Chris Pine. Here's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Now I know his name is Cumberbatch. I know.
I
that.
know. I said I messed up.
But I was gonna make a cucumber joke, but it didn't even.
Cucumber.
Mr. Cucumberbatch is here. I know that's his name. Oh, one last question coming from the chat. Check out the Entertainment Weekly. This is actually from February, a month ago, 6 weeks ago. So I don't think this is available anymore. But there's Benedict, and he's going to be all over movieplexes around the world, big time this year.
Big time.
Murtaugh is asking. No, why is it people are calling me in the middle of a live show? Murtaugh asks if there will be a connection between Radagast and Bjorn. I wonder. They don't live too far away from each other, but it seems that Gandalf is the one who has the most, well-worn relationship with Bjorn. According to Tolkien, that's what's in The Hobbit. So I don't know. I really wonder if Radagast will show up in any Mirkwood scenes where Bjorn is concerned. It is possible.
You mean kind of a side note?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do they know each other? Do you suppose these characters know each other?
Absolutely. I think because they have to know where the good guys are in the area. I mean, that's my opinion. Is if I were Radagast, I'd want to know where Bjorn is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and
at all
vice
times.
versa. Yeah.
One of your greatest allies
Exactly.
on the edges of the forest.
Yeah.
So
That's a very good question. Yeah, we'll have to see their relationship together if they have any speaking lines.
So, one last thing that I want to show you guys before we close the show. Efren, this is our last image that we would like to show, my friend. Everybody at WonderCon and at a lot of other conversations, everybody's been asking, how is Warner Brothers going to promote the desolation of Smaug when they can't show Smaug at all?
Right.
So, here's an option.
Did you know Andy Serkis and Richard Armitage and haven't seen Smaug yet?
A lot of the actors.
No, I mean nobody knows what he looks like.
This is fascinating. Andy Serkis and some of those actors have not even seen the design.
I don't think they're going to leak it at all.
They have no idea what the dragon Smaug looks like, but
all we got is the eyeball and the tail.
But you're trying to sell or market a $1 billion movie in a worldwide marketplace. The title of the movie refers to the dragon itself, and they're not even showing the dragon. So, if Efren will pull up that Game of Thrones image, here's a possibility of how they might show a dragon in a marketing campaign for The Hobbit without really giving it away.
Is it like the shadow?
Yeah, do you guys see it now? Yeah, everybody can see that? That is the Game of Thrones dragon poster thingy that's at every bus stop. It's on every bus all around Los Angeles.
Yeah. It's right down on Hollywood.
It's on the side of the billboards.
Yes.
It's on the side of the metro bus. It's at everywhere you go, on every bus shelter. Those Game of Thrones posters show one of Daenerys's fully grown beasties. I don't know if it's fully grown yet because I haven't even seen season 2
this has been
all the way.
These past 2 years have been the years of the dragons. I mean, there's just dragons everywhere. I mean, Skyrim.
This year in particular. Yeah. Zombies are out. Dragons are in.
Dragons are in. Watch out for them.
Silvery teenage vampires are out. Okay? I'm telling you. Hunger Games
Dragons
out.
are in. Absolutely.
Dragons are in.
They've always been in. They've always been on the top of my...
No pirates movies, no zombie movies, no vampire movies. It's all about dragons. It's all about
Did you hear
Game of Thrones.
World War Z. Yeah.
World War Z?
World War Z.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. Look.
Did you read the book? The book's great. World War Z. Yeah. We'll talk about that.
There's going to be
It's zombie-ish. Yeah.
We will get some wonderful giant robots this year. Giant robots from Guillermo del Toro and Pacific Rim. But the main chunk of geek entertainment, I think, is going to be dragon-centric.
And at the end of what I talked about at the end of the sneak peek, we heard the dragon roar. And I think that's fascinating. I'm fascinated with soundtracks and with sounds and things like that. So, Jurassic Park had a very specific sound for their dinosaurs. Even in Skyrim, the dragons in that game have a very specific roar. And I can't wait to hear this dragon's roar in theaters. It's going to be intense.
Do you know what? They're in the opening sequence of An Unexpected Journey, when Smaug does such a good job of destroying Dale.
Was there a roar or is that fire?
There's a lot of fire, but you don't hear the sound of the dragon's roar. You don't.
We hear a grumble at the end of the movie.
Yeah, we hear a grumble and we have him snort gold coins across the room. So it's going to be really exciting. The year of the dragon, and yet Warner Brothers is somehow going to walk a tightrope where everybody wants to see it and they're not going to show it.
Absolutely, that's a great marketing ploy.
They have options. They do have options. But if they give it away too soon, you really think it will spoil the effectiveness of it?
Well, no, I think they're just. I think they're just playing games with the fans. I think we like to be teased. We have an idea of what it's going to be like on the big screen. So they're using our imaginations to lead us towards what it's actually going to be.
I tell you what, when that dragon Smaug shows up, it will be the biggest squee. It will be a bigger squee than anything I've ever squeed.
Please, no squeeing in here.
You'll have to mop me off the floor and wring me out because I'm going to be like, dragon. Anyway.
Mop him off.
Thank you. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Dragons. I could talk dragons all day with you.
Hey, there's some kind of interesting piece of jewelry here in Gollum's cave.
In there's jewelry in Gollum's cave?
I think so.
Does he drop?
What's that? Did somebody drop that over there?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, there's something over there. Oh, it's a ring of power.
Yeah, there's only one. There's only one ring. It's like the one ring.
That must be the one.
Must be the one.
And so now we sign off and we say thank you for joining us for a very happy, although abbreviated version of Torn Tuesdays. It's a wonderful pleasure to have the very talented Matt Musgrove
Thanks,
here.
guys.
I will bring you on stage with me anytime, good sir.
Thank you.
Anytime. Lord Westbury.
Lord Westbury. All right.
Coming to you live
Thanks, guys.
via the webs from Meltdown Comics.
From Meltdown Comics, here we
Here
are
on
in the Bat Cave.
on Sunset Boulevard,
Or Gollum's Cave, as it were.
right here in the heart of Hollywood.
And here we are.
Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for
you.
joining us for this extraordinary live show today. And a big thank you to Efren. Efren,
Thank you, Efren.
you pulled our cookies out of the fire. Thank you for doing
Yeah,
that.
don't put the cookies in the fire
Don't put
again.
the cookies in the fire. Thank you for pulling us out. We have to say, time to go, because I've got to go work, and I've got to be at work very soon.
Indeed.
Right now. I will see you guys
All right.
later, and as soon as I put this ring on,
You
I'm
will
afraid we're going to
disappear.
disappear. Yeah. Are you ready, Matt?
Yep.
Shall
I don't
we?
know how we're going to put it on the same. Well, it is a huge ring.
It's a huge ring.
This is kind of
You
awkward.
take the top. There you go.
You take the top,
And
I'll take the bottom.
That is the... Goodbye, everybody. Good night.
This is awfully
Thanks.
suggestive.
This is awfully suggestive.